I'll narrate a story, very interesting story. It's a story of a sage. Long, long ago, one young man, inspired by the philosophy of life, decided to renounce everything, and he decided to take to the process of meditation wholeheartedly. He gave up everything. He went to the forest. He found a genuine spiritual teacher. He took his shelter and took his guidance, and he decided not to have anything, any relationship with the worldly things that we have. And he had only one possession with him, and that was his loincloth. I hope all of you understand loincloth. And he started living under his teacher. The teacher trained him for 6 months. And he said, now I'll be traveling to another place. And after 6 months, or around 7-8 months, I will come back to this place again. So please follow the teachings I have given to you. Follow that sincerely, and you would become a great transcendentalist. Fine enough. So this young monk started to practice his spiritual life. Because he only had one possession, that was his loincloth. So whenever he'll get up in the morning, he was staying right next to the Ganges. In the morning, he'll go and take bath in the Ganges. But because he only had one loincloth, he had to wear the wet loincloth. And he was living his life like that. But it was a little bit uncomfortable. With a wet cloth on your body and you try to do meditation, is not going to be easy. So he had a good friend. And his good friend gave him a suggestion. My dear young sage or a monk, why don't you get another loincloth? It's a simple thing. Now, he doesn't have to go to some showroom to buy a branded loincloth, because branded loincloth does not exist. You find any piece of cloth and you make your loincloth, that's it. So the young monk thought, why not? It's not a big deal. Let me just make one loincloth for myself. He made it. So now he got 2 loincloths. So next year onwards, now after taking bath, he could wear a dry loincloth and sit comfortably do his meditation. Things became okay, and it went on for a short while. However, after a few days, when I was sitting his meditation, trying to meditate and do all this thing, he heard a sound, a rat chewing something. If you have a rat and he's eating something, and imagine he's sitting in a pin drop silence in the forest by himself trying to meditate, and he gets distracted. Not only gets distracted, when he looks towards a place from where the sound is coming, now he gets agitated. Why? Because the rat was eating away his only possession, that was a loincloth. He was very much disturbed about it. And now he cannot meditate. So he went and approached his friend again. Arey, what solution you gave me? It has led me to a bigger problem now. Now the rat has come and is eating away my loincloth. What should I do? The friend said, oh come on, what a simple problem. Why you are so worried? If you are troubled by the rat, no problem, get a cat. The cat would chase away the rat, and you can be peaceful and continue your meditation. The monk said, oh, you're pretty intelligent. I've got an intelligent friend. That's a very good idea. He brought a cat, and the cat chased away the rat. And the young monk can now do meditation peacefully. However, in this world, nothing is permanent. His happiness of doing meditation didn't last it for long. Now, the rat wasn't there, but the cat was making too much noise. And he got disturbed now. How do I take care of this sound? So again, he went to his intelligent friend and he asked the friend, what do I do? You gave me one solution, but it leads to another problem. The cat is making too much noise now. The friend said, oh, you're so innocent. Don't you understand? The cat is hungry. She needs milk. Get her some milk. The monk said, I'm out in the forest. Where would I get a milk? So his friend said, very simple. Get the source of milk, which means get a cow. If you have your own cow, you get your own milk. The cat is happy and the rat is away. The monk said, oh, my friend is really intelligent. I should get a cow. He got a cow. The cat got her milk, and the rat, out of fear of cat, was away. So his kopin, the original problem was saving the kopin. His kopin was okay now, doing things okay. But again, as I said, nothing is permanent. Earlier, cat was making sound or noise. Now the cow started making a noise. And the monk got really agitated. What's going on? He again went to his friend. My dear friend, what is this? Now the cow is making a noise. What she wants? He said, "You are so innocent. See, you need to feed the cow and you need somebody to milk the cow." The monk said, "Come on. I came all the way here, leaving everything behind, to do meditation. Do you expect me to do this?" He said, "Of course not. I'm not asking you to do it." Then the monk asked a friend, "Who is supposed to do it?" "Get a wife. If you have a wife, the wife will take care and you sit and do meditation whole day." He said, "Pretty good idea." He got a wife. And now the wife is looking after the cow, milking the cow, feeding the cow. The milk is given to the cat is happy, and the rat is away. And the coupon is intact. But nothing is permanent. Eternal again. After some day, just for a few days, he was peaceful. Now the wife gets really upset. "You rascal, what do you think of me? You have kept me at the bank of Ganges. Am I supposed to live like this? I want a house. I want a furniture. I want certain basic comforts of my life. What my parents gonna speak about my, their son-in-law? That he's living at the bank of Ganges, have just 2 pieces of cloth, and look at my condition. Go get a job." And the poor monk, what he left behind, ended up getting a job. Got a job, got a house, where he sat a couple of months ago and met his teacher, which was a forest area. Now there stood a nice, well-built house. And now the teacher came back. And teacher comes back to this place. It looks like, what happened to this place? I left my student, a monk, here. And when he enters the house, there is a garden, and where there is a gardener doing some gardening there. And he asks that person, "Who is the owner of this place?" And he said, "Owner is so-and-so." So the teacher said, "Can you call that owner?" And the owner came out. As soon as the owner came out, the teacher could not recognize, but the owner could recognize because he was a student of the teacher. He fell at the feet of the teacher, said, Teacher, please forgive me, I'm your student." And the teacher said, "What happened?" He said, "My dear sir, I was so happy having a single loincloth. But somehow I had a friend who suggested me to get another loincloth. With just getting another loincloth, I ended up getting married. I ended up getting a house. I ended up leaving my spiritual practice. I'm here now, not doing anything." Very interesting story. Who is the friend? The mind. Look about it, isn't it? We are always in a consultation with our minds. And look what Krishna has to speak about this mind. Mind can be a foe. Foe refers to an enemy. A mind can be our friend. This is the 6th chapter, 5th verse of Bhagavad Gita. Please read out translation, somebody loudly.
One must deliver himself with the help of his mind and not degrade himself. The mind is the friend of the conditioned soul and his enemy as well.
So mind is our best of the friends, and mind can also act best of the or worst of the enemy. And as we have studied Bhagavad Gita a few other verses last time, Krishna says, if your mind is uncontrolled, which means you're not controlling the activities of the mind, then mind is the worst of your enemy, because you get dictated by your whims of the mind. Whatever mind desires, you're forced to act onto it. However, when you learn to control your mind, then you can navigate your mind in a particular direction wherever you want to take it. And that's how the mind becomes the best of the friends. What is the moral of the story? What lesson could you draw for yourself? One of the things that I thought about it, the more we hear to the mind, an uncontrolled mind, when it's not in our control, the more we hear to it, the more we'll get distracted from achieving the purpose of life. For this story teaches us, rather than listening to the mind, ultimately we have to follow somebody, right? We have to have a friend in our life who can guide us. Like the monk needed a friend. Similarly, if each one of us, if we are fortunate enough, if we can find a genuine spiritualist or a saintly person for that reason, whose aim is just to help you accomplish the aim of your life, I guess there is nothing other greater benediction or blessing that we can expect in our life. If not for that, at least we all have Bhagavad Gita as it is, which is said to be the life's manual. If you're not able to find a person, at least the words of Krishna is there, words of wisdom that can always help us to some situation or other.